Thanks for joining us for Valley News Live at 6. I'm Justin Betty.
And I'm Stacy Van Dyke. A math teacher at Red River High School in Grand Forks has resigned from his position after staff members noticed he was drunk in class.
Valley News Team's Gabriel Osler joins us now live in studio with the details. Gabriel.
Yeah, Justin, Stacy, the breathalyzer for former math teacher Brent Lloyd was .137, even though he said he hadn't been drinking since the night before. The following information comes from Lloyd's disciplinary file. The morning of Monday, February 12th, a staff member notified the Red River principal saying that something was off with Mr. Lloyd. Lloyd told the principal he was feeling sick. The principal smelled alcohol, so he procured a breathalyzer test, which Lloyd willingly took. According to documents, Lloyd said he was drinking the night before, which was the Super Bowl. A Grand Forks police officer drove Lloyd home as he was unable to drive. Now, the HR director noted this wasn't Mr. Lloyd's first violation of the district's drug and alcohol-free workplace policy. Still, he was not arrested and has not been charged with any crime. But of course, as we said, he has resigned from his teaching position. Justin, Stacy?
All right, thanks, Gabriel. Superintendent Terry Brenner signed a memorandum stating the administration recommendation is to waive any liquidated damages associated with Lloyd's resignation.
We were first alerted to this story through a message to our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with an issue in your community, you can give it a call too. The number's on your screen, 701-369-3187. You can also click on the whistleblower tab on our website.